was raised in a Mexican culture, and since I was born here, I guess that when you mix it together, it creates the Chicano culture because it's both American and Mexican.
I don't know, because I feel like I am. Just being raised the way I was with the values I was like brought up in makes me a Chicana.
Okay.
Yes, males were given like more freedom, and us as women we have to be like in the house and not going out a lot without permission from our parents.
Did you try changing it?
No, not really, because I was young, and now that I see like how like other people are being treated here, then I kind of like did, but before no.
Well, I think for me, I wasn't necessarily being treated different just because I was the oldest. So it was, I mean, we kind of went through similar things, and it was just my mom raising us, so she didn't set like separate rules for us. So I can't say that we did get treated differently.
For me, I was an only child, so, and I was a girl, so in a way, my grandma is the one that raised me, so it seems more like she would always try to take care of me, but I figured that was because I was an only child.
I only have a little brother, and yeah, we were treated slightly differently. For example, like my brother was allowed to do more stuff than I. He was allowed to go out more, and I was more restricted. They wouldn't let me go out. And then I had to do more of the house chores than he did. He also had to do like washing dishes and stuff, but I did it more often than him. I would always question my parents about it, and then my mom would just be like, "It's because you're the girl of the house. You have to do that." Well, I grew up all over the place. Like, I was born in Compton, and then I moved to Texas, and then I came back, and then I lived in LA for most of my childhood, and it was not a very dangerous area. There were gangs there too, but when I went to high school, I moved to Silmar, and it was a lot safer there. There wasn't any gangs, and it was really quiet. And after that, I moved to Woodland Hills, which is even quieter.
Primarily Latino. Like my neighbors are like cholos, and yeah, that's like pretty like violent neighborhood because we were always raised like around gangs. I don't know why. We always moved, and then next thing you know, there's a gang across the street or something. So it was very violent.
Oh my god, I learned about sex in school and through my sister, pretty much. Yeah.
Was that weird?
It was kind of weird too. Yeah.
Your parents didn't talk about it?
No, not at all. So that's something that most of the Latino or Chicano families don't do a lot.
Well, when I was about 9 or 10, my mom had the sex talk with me, so she kind of scarred me. At that age, she told me what a period was, she told me what sex was. I mean, she didn't go into any details of other things like oral sex or anything, but I mean, she did have that basic talk with me, letting me know what happens when the couple gets married, what sex is, and what having a period is. Oh, my dad actually kind of brought it up because I told him I had a crush on this boy. My dad's like, you know, parent, like, oh, you better be careful, like, don't do this and don't do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then my mom talked about like sex, like it's like, oh yeah, this is that, and that happens. And I was like, oh my god. It was like the awkwardest conversation because my dad was there too, so he was just like, so yeah, I learned from my mom at 14 because my dad was worried about it at when I was 14 just because I had a crush on this boy. No, I mean, well, maybe I think it might have influenced me in towards like choosing engineering versus anything else, but I mean, it didn't have anything to do with the school I chose to attend, and I just picked it here because I liked it. And I mean, although mechanical engineering is primarily men, that didn't like the fact that I was a girl didn't influence my choice. Well, most of the girls that I knew, like from high school, they went somewhere near their home because they felt they needed to live at home to help take care of the family or whatever. But with me, I wanted to go far away. Not that far, but far enough where it's like I won't have to be commuting or something. And knowing the community I live in, the women are always are told not to really, they're not encouraged to pursue higher education. I'm getting corny over here. But my parents always encouraged me, even though they wanted like me to do chores and stuff like that. They kind of like it was like their way of helping me become an adult when I came to college. Like I'll be able to cook for myself and clean for myself and stuff like that. So choosing this school was like better because it was far, and like I like the campus, and like I still had like the chance to go home whenever I could. Like it wouldn't be that much of a commute or something. So I think that's fine.
Things that you do have to deal with here, I feel that your parents cannot protect you from anymore, are things like racism, feeling, like I guess just the whole money thing, because like before you were more dependent on your parents, and here you kind of just, you're on your own, so like you have to take out loans, and then you have to work and all that stuff. You also have to deal with, I guess, I don't know, I had an encounter with a policeman before. I was stopped on my bicycle because I was, I guess, riding my bike where I wasn't supposed to be. And the thing was, I don't know if he had to be white, but he stopped me because he's like, yeah, you were just gonna keep on riding your bike, and I honestly was gonna keep on riding my bike, but that's not what I said. Um, I told him that I wasn't, but then he thought I was being a smart mouse because I was just answering back his questions that he was asking me, when in fact before me there was another guy, like, I don't know, doing tricks on his bike in that area, and he didn't stop him, but he had to go ahead and stop me. I don't know if it was because I was a girl, because I was a Latina, I don't know. The point is, I felt some discrimination going on because, you know, he didn't stop the other guy. He let him go, and he had to stop me. He made me waste my valuable time there, you know, giving me some pep talk on why I shouldn't be on my bicycle.
I think because my grandparents didn't want me to go. Because they're like, oh, you should stay home, like close by, so you can help your mom. And I'm like, it's not about them right now. It's about me. I was being selfish. And that sounds bad, but it's like in the future, like when I do get the job that I want, I get good money, I could take care of them, like how they would want me to take care of them. Because, yeah, there was just financial obstacles, but we managed to get me through 3 years. So we're pretty good.